Okay, I got a little hybrid action here today for algebra and geometry, okay? We have to find the actual dimensions of the shape. So we have to find how long that is and how long that is. See, right now it just says x and x minus 7. Now it says it has an area of 18 square feet. Okay, so if they're talking area, okay, I'll draw the shape. You got x and x minus 7, okay, those two things. Actually, hold on a second. I think we can get by here with my 8 boxes of doom. So this is your shape. You got x, x minus 7, and the area is 18 square feet, or feet second. Okay, so what we need to do is set up our area equation, okay? Length times width. Don't put those in there though, okay? Alright, so my length is going to be x, my width is going to be x minus 7, and then my area is replaced with 18. So I know I'm equal to 18. Now we have to do the distributive property. I just have one term. There's no plus or minus in that parentheses, so it's just two multiplications, okay? So I go 1x, and just distribute it to the other 1x, and then the other negative 7, or you can leave them as x's, it doesn't matter. So that's 1, and then 2 factors of x make x to the second. That's negative 7 with x. So over here I've got 1x to the second minus 7x. Okay, so there's two answers. And we have an A, we have a B, we have a C. So we need to get rid of the C. All A, B, C's all need to be on the same side at this juncture. Okay? So there's no C, so that's a hanger outer. So for A I've got 1x second. For B, I've got minus 7x. For C, I've got minus 18 equals 0. Now let's apply our discriminant to see if factoring is a waste of time or if I should use a quadratic formula. So B, negative 7. For A is 1, C is negative 18. Okay. Negative 7 to the second minus 4. 1, negative 18. Okay, I got a whole number. I don't care that it's 11. If I get a whole number, I don't care what it is. I know I'm going to factor it. Okay, I want factoring done when the discriminant is a whole number. If you just use quadratic every time, you lose your factoring skills. Okay, when you get to college or trig or whatever, you're like, oh, I don't remember how to do that. Okay, so GCF and then our table. Okay, greatest common factor is just 1, okay, because 1, 7, 18, and then we have the C in there without the X, so it's just 1, and it's positive 1 because A is positive, so no point doing that. 1 times negative 18 is negative 18, so that would be a positive times a negative, and we need to add the factors to get negative 7. So I divide 18 by 1, I get 18, that adds to negative 17, it wouldn't be that. If I divide 18 by 2, I get 9. Now let's add 2 to negative 9. Remember, if it's the wrong sign, we'll just flip the signs, but it's the right sign, okay? So I'm rolling with that. Now what's your A? Your A is the implied 1. So when it's a 1, you can ditch it and just do the 2 parentheses with x times x. So plus 2 minus 9 equals 0. And you got your F2 and F1, F2. So you subtract 2, you get negative 2. That's not what I'm going to use though. Okay, ditch the negative solution and use your positive to find the dimension. So you come up here, replace the x's with 9. So the length is just 9, then you write by, and then 9 minus 7 is 2. So it's 9 by 2 is the answer to the problem. Yeah, that's the solution to the equation, but the overall problem is 9 by 2. Because 9 times 2 is 18. Okay, next one. We've got x plus 6, x minus 2, and the area is 128 square yards. Okay, so again, we're rectangle, length times width, okay, and then the area is 128, and then the length is x plus 6, the expression, and the width, the expression's x minus 2. Okay, so we have a plus here, a minus here. That's the FOIL method, okay? So somewhere down here, I got to start distributing. You can put 1s if you want. 1x to 1x, 1x to negative 2. Please remember the 2 is negative. That takes care of him. Then do the same thing with 6. Remember, if you have positive 2, you're not going to get this right. So 1x to the second, negative 2 with x, positive 6 with x, and negative 12. Okay, so, and that's an A. We have 2 B's and then a C. So we got the 1x to the second. For x's, we combine the negative 2 and the 6, that's 4. And then constants, we put negative 12 equals 128. Okay, now I've got 2 solutions to the quadratic equation. Now what do you have for coefficients? You got an A, a B, a C, and another C, just like the last problem. So you need to take out the 128 so we can have the ABC equal to 0. And I'm subtracting, not dividing. The lines were the spaces I lined up. So we have an implied 1 with x squared, that's your A, plus 4x, that's your B. Negative 12 minus 128 is negative 140, that's a C, and that equals 0. Now we're going to apply our discriminant. B squared minus 4AC. So B is 4, and 4, A is 1, C is negative 140. You got to get the negative in there, or this is all going to go wrong, okay? So 4 to the second minus 4, 1, negative 140. Okay, I know some of you are bummed that we got a whole number, but I want it factored. So GCF and my big table. Okay, GCF. Well, 1, 4, and 140 would just be 1. It'd be positive 1 because A is positive, and then we can't put X, so doing a GCF of 1 is stupid, okay? I mean, if it's negative 1, do it. If it's got an X with it, do it. But just a 1, an empty 1, waste. 1 times negative 140 is negative 140, so it's a positive by a negative. We're adding to try to make positive 4. 1 and 140, not even close. 2 for 140 divided by 270, nope. 3, not a factor. 4 and 35, positive 4, negative 35, that does not come close to adding to 4. Okay, 5 and 28. Nope, that does not come close, okay. Now if you're on our room, just continue over here, positive, negative, decimal. Okay, about 7 and 20. Well, that's getting a little closer, but that isn't the right answer. Okay, just be patient here. 8's a decimal. So's 9, and then let's go with 10. What 10 and 14? Well, that can add to negative 4, so I think I've found my numbers. I just got to make that positive and that negative. Okay, I know it's got to be a negative positive no matter what, but if you have the wrong sign, you just flip the signs. Okay, what's A here? A is just that implied 1, so if it's an implied 1, ditch it, and you can just write the 2 factors. It's just an XX parentheses. It's just rewritten that way. So x minus 10, x plus 14, F1, F2. Okay, so x minus 10 could equal 0. Or x plus 14 could equal 0. So I'll add 10. That would give me positive 10. And then I minus 14. That would give me negative 14. Okay. All right, so 10. 10's the number we pick. We don't pick the negative. Okay. So we take 10 up here. So 10 plus 6 is 16 by 10 minus 2 is 8. 16 by 8. 16 times 8 is 128. Okay, then we have triangles, but that's not as big of a confusion as it might seem. There's just one thing you have to remember to do. Okay. So we have a triangle here. The base is x plus 4, and then the height is x plus 2. It says the area is 31.5 square inches. Now, I want to write this as a rectangle, okay? I'm going to make a rectangle out of that so I can use my area of a rectangle formula. I don't want to do that any divide by 2 stuff. Now, I just made this twice as big then. So this area now is multiplied by 2. 31.5 times 2 is 63. So now I can use my reliable what I did on the last problem. Length times width equals area. So the area we know is 63 now, okay? And x plus 4, x plus 2. Okay, if you want to apply 1s there, that's fine. Okay, so I distribute 1x times 1x, 1x times 2, 4 to 1x, and 4 to 2. The FOIL method. Again, when you have a plus here, a minus, a plus. If you have a, sorry, that's a minus 2. I forgot to put that. I miswrote that. It's supposed to be x minus 2. Okay. At least I think it is. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay. One of those has to be a minus. Okay. I'll put minus 2. I miswrote the problem on the document. Okay, so that's a negative 2, and then 4 times a negative 2. So 1x second, negative 2x, 4x, and negative 8. So line up what you got. You got x squared as your highest, then x, then constant, equals 63. Okay, so you got 1, negative 2 plus 4 is 2, and then negative 8. So so there's 2 solutions because of the x squared. That's what I'm solving for. A, B, C, C. Okay. All right, so I subtract 63 from both sides. And I come up with 1x second plus 2x, that's my A, that's my B, and then the C I need to take negative 8 minus 63, it's going to be negative 71, that's C. Okay. All right, let's apply our discriminant. So B is 2, and 4, A is 1, C is negative 71. 71 is a prime number, so I think you have a good idea that this is going to not be factorable. Yeah, it's not, but write that down, 16.97. So, why would we factor? Let's just do opposite of B, plus or minus the square root, B squared minus 4AC, B squared minus 4AC over 2A over 2A. So 16, so the opposite of B is negative 2. B is 2, A is 1, C is negative 71. A is 1. Negative 2, 2 times 1 is 2. And we just figured out that square root, didn't we? We approximated it to 16.97. Now, if you went to 17, I wouldn't be mad. Divide by 2. Okay, let's round that to 7.49. And then let's minus it. Round that to negative 9.49. So obviously the negative is not going to make much sense. So we'll put 7.49 here. So I take 7.49 minus 2, that'd be 5.49 by 7.49 plus 4 is 11.49. Now multiply that. It's not going to be exactly 63, but it's close, okay? Because I had to approximate, meaning it's not going to be dead on the money. I mean, yeah, that's dang close. So it's probably right. Okay, next one. Got a triangle here. The base is x plus 8, and the height is x. Okay. Okay, so set up your, we want to use the length times width, so we make a rectangle out of that because the area is 32.5. So if you make a rectangle, now you have a rectangle, but your area you need to double, and that's 65. Okay, so the length you got x plus 8, and the width you got x. Okay, and your area is 65. So we need to get rid of those parentheses. So here's my plus, so I've got x to x and then 8 to x. If you you want to put 1, it's fine. Okay. It's going to be x second with 1, x with 8. So we got 1x to the power of 2 plus 8x. Okay, 2 answers. What do we have for coefficients? A, B, and C. So A, B, and C, the 65 has to be subtracted. Now I don't have a C here, so I'll just put a minus 65 behind everything. So I have 1x to the power of 2, there's my A, plus 8x, there's my B, minus 65, there's my C. Now it's equal to 0. Now we apply the discriminant. Because I don't want to waste time with a t-chart if I can't find it. Okay, like that problem there, that would have been crappy. Make a big table only not to find it. I mean, and we only got so much workspace, so 1, C's negative 65. Remember, it's negative. You put it in. Here's what happens when you when you mislabel these numbers as far as their sign goes. Let's say somebody puts positive 65 in. Yeah, that isn't going to cut it, so that's why you have, reason why is because if you have positive 65, that ends up being a negative, and at this juncture, you can't find the square root of a negative number. Now, you actually can, but we'll have to be learning about that later, okay? So 8 to the second minus 4, 1, negative 65. Okay, unfortunately for you guys, we got a whole number, so that means we're going to do my favorite thing, factoring. GCF, and yes, if you get a whole number, you will factor. You go to the quadratic formula, you're losing points, okay? GCF's 1, okay? Now it'd be positive 1 because A is positive and it wouldn't have the X, so I guess we're not going to go there. 1 times negative 65 is negative 65, so it's a positive by a negative, adding to get positive 8. Oh, not that. It's not going to divide by 2 if it's an odd number, okay? Probably not 3. 4 does be an even number 2. About 5 and 13, what do you say about that? Well, I'd say it's the right number. If I take 5 plus negative 13, I get negative 8. I need positive 8. So positive 13, negative 5 gives it to me. Okay, now your A is a 1, so when it's a 1, ditch it, and you can just write it in factor form using 2 parentheses. I have not had to go to the other method yet, okay, where A is not a 1. Probably not going to do it on the assignment either. I would probably make up one like it. So go somewhere wherever you got room. X minus 5 is 0. X plus 13 equals 0. So plus 5, that'd be 5. And then if I subtract 13 from 0, that's negative 13. Now I'm not excited about the negative value, so take your positive value. And 5 plus 8 is 13 by, and then this was just x, so it's 5. 13 by 5. Okay, on your assignment, make sure you don't times these by 2, okay? You're ready to go. You will need to times these, make a rectangle times the area by 2, okay? Make a rectangle times the area by 2. Now I'm going to give you a little hint on number 4, because that's going to be an annoying problem, okay? On your table, okay, and I'm just a heck of a guy here, I want you to put 11, okay? Divide by that number and you'll find hopefully what you're looking for. Save you some